In question 8 through 10, we're to use an augmented matrix to solve each system of equations. So our first step is to write our augmented matrix. So in this case, we have our 3, -2, 3, and 1. So we have 3, -2, and 14. We'll have 1, 3, and 1. Line there, and join it. So again, our goal is to make a matrix that looks like 1, 0, 0, 1, and then we have some numbers. Okay. So at this point, we have a 3 in our top left-hand corner, but a 1 in our lower left-hand corner. So my first thing I'm going to do is just switch the rows. I'm going to take these two rows and flip them. That way I can get this 1 on top. So after flipping them, I'll have 1, 3, and 1. Remember to flip the entire row. And 3, -2, and 14. The next thing we're going to do now is we want to get this term right here to be a 0. To do that, I'm going to multiply the top row by the opposite. So we're going to multiply the top row by -3. So this will be a -3 times R1, and then add that to R2. So our new matrix is going to, first of all, have the exact same top row. So you're going to still have the 1, 3, and 1. And our new row will be -3 times 1 plus 3, which is 0. Then we'll apply the -3 times 3, which is -9, plus a -2, this is going to be -11. And then we'll have -3 times the 1, which is -3, plus 14 will be a positive 11. So we now have, let's extend this a little bit, too much. We now have a 1, we have a 0, and now we're going to look at this term right here and try to make it into a 1. So to do that, we are going to multiply by its opposite reciprocal because it's already negative. So we're going to multiply row 2 by 1 over 11. It's going to be a negative. Because it's currently -11. We want to make it a positive 1. So multiply the entire thing through by a negative. So again, our first row, we're not changing yet. So we have a 1, a 3, and a 1. Our new row, second row, will be 0 times a -1/11, which is 0. -1/11 times -11 will be 1. And then our final term over here, -1/11 times a positive 11th will be -1. So we now have the 3 of our entries correct. We have one more to go, which is this term right here, which we want to make a 0. To make this term a 0, we're going to multiply the bottom row now by -3, which is the opposite of 3. And so we're going to take the -3 times row 2 and then add that to row 1. In this case, we want to change the top row, so our bottom row is going to stay the same. We're going to have our 0, 1, and -1. And now our top row is going to have a -3 times 0, which is 0, plus 1 is 1. -3 times 1 is a -3, plus 3 is 0. And then -3 times a -1 would be a positive 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So there's our solution matrix. And then the final touch would be to solve the system of equations. Again, every single system, the result is an ordered pair. It's where those two lines intersect. In this case, we have x equals 4 and y equals -1. So our point would be 4, -1.